We are starting on percent equations, day 2. So this is for homework 605, chapter 6.3, page 248. So we are doing day 2. All right, so there's some keywords. Is, that's equal. Of means times. So we're going to get 14 equals what percent times 70. So there's the equation. So all you got to do then is divide both sides by 70. So 14 divided by 70 is 0.2 equals P. But you have to change to a percent, because that's the decimal form. That's why I don't like doing the equations. I like doing the proportions. So what you have to do is times that by 100. So you end up with 20%. So be careful. Percent, you got to either change it to a decimal or change the decimal to a percent. All right. This one, what number is and of. Is equal. So what number? That's going to be A equals 36%. We got to write that as a decimal. So 0.36 times 85. So you go 0.36 times 85. Now you just do that on your calculator. You get A equals 30.6. So if you don't have a calculator, this will be tougher. All right, next one. 9 is 12% of what? So 9 is equal. 12%, that's 0.12 of what number? So that's our W. So then all you got to do is divide by 0.12. So 9 divided by 0.12, that gives you 75. So that's the first page. Go ahead and turn to page 2. So 108 is equal what percent P of 72? So times 72. So you just divide by 72. So 108 divided by 72, you get 1.5. But you have to change that to a percent. So you move your decimal 2 places to the right. So you get 150%. So be careful on that one. All right, let's look at the next one. Which one is different? So let's set these up. What number is 20% of 55? So that one right there would be A equals 0.20 times 55. This one would be 0.20 times 55 is equal what number? Up here we get 55 is equal 0.20 W. And then this one right here, 0.2 times 55 equals A. So this one right here is the one that's different because the 55 and the 0.20 are on different sides of the equation. Now, find both answers. So that means we actually have to solve them. So on this one, A equals 0.20 times 55. That gives me A equals 11, as you hear Google. Now this one, we go 55 equals 0.20 and W. So if we divide by 0.2, so 55 divided by 0.2 is 275. So there's the answer for both, and we figured out which one was different. All right, so let's turn the page. Oh, so this one has an example right here of a word problem. So you can kind of see that. So you're trying to find the sales tax on the food. So $1.65, what percent tax are they paying? 6%. Then if you leave a tip, you're going to take the total plus the tax. Or no, they just did the 16% tip. And then, so you're going to tip $4.40. So that's an example to look at. Let's do the problem right below it. A school offers band and chorus classes. So band and chorus. A table shows the percent of the 1,200 students in the school who are enrolled in band, chorus, or neither classes. How many students are enrolled in both classes? So we're looking for both classes. So the first thing I would do is look at band, then chorus. And let's see. So if we add those up, 34% plus 28%, that ends up giving us 62%. Problem is 62 plus 42, that's not going to give us the exact amount. So what we have to do is then figure out 100 minus 42%. That gives us 58%. So what percent is overlapping? Because that's how many are in both band and choir. So that's 4%. So that's how we figured out how many were in both. Because if you raise your hand for band and you raise your hand for chorus, you're included in both. So we got to basically figure out what is 4% of 1,200. So 4% would be 0.04 times 1,200, and that will give us the part of the students. So 0.04 times 1,200 is 48 students. So there's 48 students that are in band and choir. All right, last one. Water tank A has a capacity of 550 gallons and is 66% full. Water tank B is 53% full. The ratio of the capacity of water tank A to water tank B is 11 to 15. So let's go ahead and first figure this out. So 550 gallons and 66% full. So let's do that one. So A over 550 is 66 over 100. So I'm doing proportions. I like doing proportions and equations. So when we do our cross products, we multiply 550 times 66 divided by 100, and that's going to give us 363. Now, for tank B, it's a little trickier because they don't tell us the total amount. So for tank B, it tells us that we have a proportion of 11 to 15. So we set up that proportion 11 to 15 equals, And then we look at how much water was in tank A. That was 550. So we want to figure out the capacity of tank B. So we do our cross products, 550 times 15, divide that by 11, and we find out that tank B will hold 750 gallons. So now we can use that for the proportion for tank B. So for tank B, there's 750 gallons total, and they only have it full 53%. So now when I do my cross products, I end up with 750 times 53, divide that by 100, you get 397.5 gallons. So tank B has 397.5 and tank A has 363 gallons. So that's how much water is in each tank. All right, go ahead and get started on homework number 605 and big ideas.